All right, custom live streaming service. Looks good. All right, so once again, now that we are streaming, I am Liz Davidson. I'm one of your moderators. Your other is Chris Sloan. We have scorekeepers David Jaffe and Mariah Sager, and timer Max Payne. Keep checking the Sked app for upcoming sessions. Do not forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them at any time. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and or the NJCL Code of Conduct. So now the moderating staff would like to give some clarification about pronunciation and spelling on non-language questions. If a student gives a questionable pronunciation, they may be asked to spell as specified in NJCL Certamen Rule 12C. If the spelling offered by the student reasonably captures the correct answer, the moderator may accept it at his or her discretion. Similarly, if the student uses the chat to spell a word because of audio difficulties, the moderator may ask the student to pronounce the word if there's a question about acceptable spelling variations. If so, the student will be expected to pronounce the word properly. If the answer is clearly incorrect when the student first answers, the moderator has the discretion to reject the answer without having to repeat or spell. I also want to take this time to remind you that in order to answer a toss-up, please wait until I have recognized you, even if you appear first on your screen. The order that appears on my screen may be different, and that's the screen that we're going to be going by. So wait for me to recognize you before you answer a question. Zoom audience, please be quiet for the duration of the match with cameras turned off. At score checks 5, 10, and 15, you are free to clap using the Zoom reactions and to type encouraging words in the chat at those score breaks. When scores are read at 19, only Zoom clapping reactions may be used. And audience members, you can turn your Zoom cameras and microphones back on at the end of the round. All right, so now it's Aurelia passage time. So now you'll get to hear my Latin and become accustomed to it. Aurelia, qui orbs placebat, erat in Aegypto, cum familia sua ingenti, et equo suo. Tradecem ludos magnos iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurrere coepit. Ehu. Once again, players, I will remind you, please do not do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures and any verbal or electronic communication with the other players, coaches, or audience members. I need to tell you that you may not communicate with other players in any way whatsoever, other than by voice in Zoom or by Zoom chat. So no going off of our accepted platform. Again, coaches, players, audience members, there should be no exclamations about consultation or other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during toss-up, they should raise their hands or use their voice to ask the question. Again, coaches, players, and audience members, moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there's an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair, and please be polite and respectful of our judgment, at least to our faces. Okay, so the captain of each team is starred, but I will remind you that whoever says final answer during bonus time is the one that I will consider to be giving the final answer. Once time is called, the very next thing said by anybody on the team is going to be considered the final answer. All right, do we have any questions from players? Questions, concerns. All right, y'all look game, ready to go. I like it. All right, and then I will verify that I do in fact have Novice Round 2 pulled up, which I do. It says 2020 Certamen Novice Round 2 on it, so I'm going to assume this is the correct round. And just remember, take a deep breath, have fun. Certamen is meant to be fun. You were meant to enjoy this, and if you're not having a good time, then you're not doing it right. So relax, play this for the love of the game, and we're going to have a good night tonight. And now we're just going to be waiting for the final approval. So now we're just waiting on the go ahead.
Yeah, this might take a few minutes. There's some AWOL kids and some of the kudos to you all for having act together. But just chill out for a few minutes, and Liz and I will let you know when we've got to go ahead and get started. And if you have questions that you think of while we're waiting, feel free to ask.
All right, we're still waiting for some rooms to populate. Brandon, I like your cat.
Thank you.
Watch that chat, kids. Oh no, I'm feeling compelled to talk to fill time. That's not good. Is Maureen is she someone that's a coach?
Yeah, she's our coach. I thought she was busy.
I guess we'll let her in. I guess that's okay. Anybody play Animal Crossing recently?
Absolutely. Overwatch is better than Valorant.
Different mechanics.
We have something to
but-
Certamen about other than Certamen.
I sort of agree.
All I do is Minecraft. So
All I do is Certamen.
I like the cat.
My cat is shut out of this office because he's bad.
My mom and dad have a cat, but they're moving to Washington State next month. I'm in California.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he's bad, so he can't be in here, but that's Kato.
Cool.
He's the world's naughtiest cat. He's really bad.
Kato the
But-
elder or younger?
Younger. He's wearing his toga of mourning.
Amazing.
Also, cat is in the name, which is perfect.
My chat's kind of glitching. Won't let me scroll to the bottom for some reason. Can I leave and reconnect?
Who's saying it?
Cullen Sheedy.
Cullen? Yeah,
Florida
you
number
can.
4.
This is a good time, so go ahead and pop out and pop back in. I'll be here to let you in. All right, waiting on the return of Cullen here.
Hello.
He's back.
All right, good.
Liz, we're all good.
All right. All right. Pulling up the correct screen. Ready to rock and roll. Okay, everybody ready? Got your hands all shaking out? Your little return keys ready to go? All right. Let's indeed have some fun. So one thing that I personally like, by the way, is I know that y'all are chatty, and that is good because I think that is natural, but please do not be too chatterboxy in the chat on here because it will clog up what I can see. I'm looking at the chat waiting to see people's answers and buzzes. So keep it mostly clean in there, except for score check. That is just my personal thing. All right, so now I'll read one practice question for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss up for no points. What is the gender of the following Latin nouns? Poeta. I recognize, is it Soham from Florida, Florida 2?
Yeah, the
Soham.
gender is masculine.
That is correct. So now we will have bonus 1 for honor for Florida. What declension are all of the nouns found in the toss-up?
First.
Yeah, final answer first.
That is correct. And then bonus 2 for Florida for nothing but pride. What grammatical gender cannot be found in the first declension?
Neuter.
Yeah, final answer neuter.
Neuter, that is correct. I see in the chat, Brandon, can you hear us? Here, let's see if we can help him out.
Maybe ask him in the chat.
Brandon, if you can't hear us, go to the bottom left corner of your Zoom and make sure the sound is coming out of the speaker of your choice. Hit the arrow next to mute.
It looks like he might have froze.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is definitely the stillness of a frozen screen. I'm inclined to mercy into helping Brandon. So, oh, he just disappeared. I assume that means he'll be back. What team was he on? I'm just looking for the right. Is he DC 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, kid. All right. How long do you think that we should give him before we, what should we do?
Give me a second. I'll check with you.
Yeah. Also, if anybody could text him and see what's up, that would be, if his coach, Alizar, do you have his number? Team players should not be having their phones, but coaches can text. Oh, here he comes. Brandon McHugh, you have returned. Please relabel yourself and we will proceed with the round.
My computer crashed. Sorry.
It happens. I had a power outage earlier today, so hopefully not tonight.
I assume you can hear us okay now.
Yeah, I can hear everyone now.
All right, Brandon, just relabel yourself for, there we go. Okay, so we ready for toss-up 1? Ready for play for real? All right, let's go. This is toss-up number 1 for all players. Who finally relented and allowed Odysseus to make... All right, so I recognize Cullen from Florida. That is Florida 4.
Calypso?
Calypso is absolutely correct. That will be 10 points to Florida. Now, bonus 1 for Florida. Calypso ultimately relented after Zeus sent what god to order that Odysseus be let go?
Hermes.
Good job, Colin.
Okay, final answer Hermes.
Hermes is absolutely correct. That will be 5 points to Florida. Bonus number 2 for Florida. Name Calypso's father a Titan who became the namesake of a mountain range in northwestern Africa.
Atlas. Yeah.
Final answer Atlas.
Atlas is correct. That is another 5 points to Florida for a total of 20 points on toss-up 1. Now we are on toss-up number 2 for all players. Which of the following, if any, is not derived from the same Latin root as the others? Recur, incursion, current, cure. I recognize Soham, Florida 2.
Current, final answer.
I'm sorry, I cannot take that. Once more. Oh, Harper from DC, DC 3.
Cure.
Cure is the correct answer. That will be 10 points to DC. So now bonus 1 for Team DC. Give the first and second principal parts of the Latin verb from which we derive cure.
Elise.
I thought it was going to be a noun, so I'm not sure.
I just guessed.
You can try like kuro.
Wouldn't that have been
The
current?
other
And
three. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's two kuros because there's one double R and one not double R, but they have a different second.
Time.
principal
Need an
part.
answer.
I defer to Elise.
Kurare.
Kuro kurare is correct. So that will be 5 points for bonus 1 to Team DC. Bonus number 2 for Team DC. What derivative of kuro means to cleanse hard by scrubbing?
Could curate work? Sophie?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Time.
Well,
I defer to Elise again.
no answer.
All right. So the answer was scour. You were scouring your memory for it, but you did not find it. Okay. All right. So toss-up number 3 for all players. Let's get a line in here. Clear the board. Okay. So now we're going to toss up number 3 for all players. Make the phrase pulcher lapis genitive sing. I recognize Elise from DC, DC4. I need an answer.
Pulchris lapis.
That is incorrect. Soham from Florida. That is Florida 2.
Pulchri lapidus.
Could you say that one more time?
Pulchri lapidus.
Pulchri lapidus is correct. That would be 10 points to Florida. Now we're going to go for the bonus 1 for Florida. Change the phrase pulchri lapidus to the ablative singular.
So it'd be
Lapido. No, sorry, pulchro lapide. What do you think?
Okay. That sounds pulchro lapide. That sounds right. Final answer, pulchro lapide.
That is correct. Pulchro lapide is the answer. Now bonus number 2 for Florida. Change the phrase pulchro lapide to the plural.
Pulchris lapidibus. Pulchris. I think it's pulchris lapidibus.
Okay, I'll defer to you. Defer to Soham.
Final answer, pulchris lapidibus.
That is correct. Pulchris lapidibus would be the answer. All right, so that's 20 points. Now we're going to toss up number 4 for all players. Physicians often use Latin abbreviations when writing prescriptions for medication. When should you take a medication that the doctor has instructed to be taken P. Caroline from Florida, Florida 1.
When needed.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Harper from DC, DC 3.
In the afternoon.
That is also incorrect. Jacob from Ohio, Ohio 1. Need an answer?
No answer.
No answer. Okay, so the full question. When should you take a medication that the doctor has instructed to be taken PC, which stands for post-kibum? So we're looking for after meals, after food, or after dinner. So that is no points for toss-up 4, but that is okay. There are many questions in this round. Let's move on to toss-up 5 for all players. Responde aut Anglice aut Latine. Quis erat frater Quem necavit Romulus? Caroline from Florida, Florida 1.
Remus.
Remus is correct. That will be 10 points for Florida. Bonus 1 for Florida. Responde Latine. Post quem Tullus Hostilius rexit.
When postquem.
So it's like after who ruled after Tullus Hostilius?
Yes.
Ancus Marcius, right?
Yeah.
So postquem Tullus Hostilius Rexit. Yeah, sure. If that's what you know.
Final answer, Ancus Marcius.
Minime discipuli. So we wanted, so post quem Tullus Hostilius rexit. The answer is actually numum populium.
Oh.
That's all right. You still have bonus 2 ahead.
Yeah.
Responde Latine. In quo monte erat oppidum Romuli.
In which mountain did Romulus live? And that should be in the ablative.
Okay, so Lincoln.
Monte erat oppidum Romuli. In which mountain was Romulus's town?
Okay, so Lincoln, was it like
Palatine?
okay.
Need an answer?
Final answer, Palatine.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept it because you needed to responde Latine. So we were looking for Palatino or in Monte Palatino. All right, so can we get a score check after toss up 5?
Absolutely. After 5 questions, DC has 15 points, Florida has 50 points, and Ohio has yet to score.
All right, so let us move on into toss up 6. Yes, everybody turn your cameras on for the score check. Mr. Sloan is correct. All right, I see lots of hopefully happy children. Toss up number 6 for all players. Translate the participle in the following sentence. Video discipulam laborantem Soham from Florida, Florida 2.
Working?
Working is correct. That will be 10 points to Florida. Bonus number 1 for Florida. Translate the participle in this sentence. Canis a puero amatus in via dormiebat.
Canis a puero amatus. Oh, so only the participle. So it's amatus. Was it like, is it
Loving?
had love?
Yeah.
It's had love or something like that, or has love. It's perfect. Just go with has loved. Oh no, that would
time.
Defer to Soham.
Has been loving. Final answer.
I'm sorry, that is active and we're looking for passive. We want loved, having been loved. All right, so bonus 2. What English name derives from the future passive participle of amo and literally means she who must be loved?
I think it's Amanda.
Yeah.
But Soham, like.
So it's Amandus. So Amanda. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Final answer, Amanda.
Amanda is correct. That will be 5 points for bonus 2. Benefactum. All right. Toss-up number 7 for all players. Responde aut Anglice aut Latine. Quod vestimentum gerebant omnes cives et Caroline, Florida 1.
Tunic.
I will take tunic. That is absolutely correct. So that will be 10 points to Florida. Bonus number 1 for Florida. Responde Latine. Quod vestimentum supra caput et humerus a feminis Romanis gerebatur.
What did they wear on top of their head?
Okay, so I think it's like a Paula.
That's a shawl.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't you put it on top? I think they like covered their head with it.
Yeah, sure.
Head and over their elbows.
Okay, yeah.
So
Paula. Shoulders.
Paula, but like.
So quad vestimentum supra. I think Paula. Yeah.
So would that be like the right case? Final answer, Paula.
Paula is correct. That would be 5 points for bonus 1. Bonus 2. What type of clothing was subligaculum?
That's underwear.
Okay, final answer, underwear.
That is correct. Semper ubi sub ubi, kids. All right, yes, so that's 5 points to Florida. All right, moving on to toss-up 8 for all players. What brother of Linus and son of Cullen from Florida, Florida 4?
Orpheus.
Orpheus is absolutely correct. So that will be 10 points to Florida, bonus 1 for Florida. Before going to the underworld, Orpheus participated in the Argonautic voyage, drowning out what creature's songs with his lyre?
Sirens.
The sirens, yes.
Final answer, sirens.
Sirens is correct. All right, and then bonus 2, Eurydice was killed when she stepped on a snake while trying to escape what shepherd?
Okay, they said shepherd, but should we still go with Aristeas?
Yes. So Aristeas.
Aristeas is correct. That'll be 5 points on bonus 2. Moving on to toss-up 9 for all players. What modern city, located just north of Senonian territory during Caesar's Gallic campaigns, was known as Lutetia? Lincoln from Florida, Florida 3.
Paris.
Say it one more time.
Paris.
Paris is correct. Yes, was known as Lutetia in ancient times and is today the capital of France. So that will be 10 points to Florida. Bonus number 1. The ancient Sequana gives its name to what modern river that runs through Paris?
Seine.
Oh, yeah.
Seine, whatever.
Final answer, Seine.
That is correct. And then bonus 2. What city in southern France did the Romans know as Lugdunum?
Lyon.
Yeah. Final answer, Lyon.
That is also correct. So that will be a total 20 points for toss-up 9. All right. Toss-up number 10 for all players. Let's get a board clear so I can be visual with it. There we go. All right. So toss-up 10 for all players. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice. Then responde Latine to the questions which follow. Post ludos tres sorores ad tabernam redire volebant. Diu equum Aureliae quaerebant, neque eum invenire poterant. Tandem eum post calponam invenerunt lente mala edentem. One more time. Post ludos tres sorores ad tabernam redire volebant. Diu equum Aureliae quaerebant, neque eum invenire poterant. Tandem eum post calponam invenerunt lente mala edentem. Question. Quid sorores? Soham from Florida.
Tres.
Say that again.
Tres.
I cannot take it. Elise from DC. DC 4.
Shreya.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. And then Brand is also from DC. All right, so I'll read the question one more time for Ohio. That's who the other ones in here. Yes. Question. Quid sorores facere volebant? All right, I'm gonna declare that a no answer question. So what we were looking for was, what did the sisters want to do? So options would have included going back to the inn and finding a horse at Caterah. All right, so let's get a score check after toss-up 10.
After 10 questions, DC has 15 points. Florida has 125 points. Ohio has yet to score.
All righty. Okay, so moving on to toss-up 11 for all players, who, like his brother Chrysaor, Caroline, Florida 1.
Pegasus.
Pegasus is correct. So who, like his brother Chrysaor, emerged from the severed neck of Medusa, after which he flew off since he was a winged horse? The answer is, in fact, Pegasus. So let's go on to bonus 1 for Florida. Who was the father of Pegasus and Chrysaor?
Poseidon. Final answer, Poseidon.
That is correct. So that is another 5 points for bonus 1. And then bonus 2, Chrysaor's name indicates that he had a sword made of what metal?
Gold. Final answer, gold.
Gold is correct. That is a total of 20 points on toss-up 11. All right, let's go on to toss-up 12 for all players. Responde aut Anglice aut Latine. Luna stellisque visis, quo tempore diei. Elise from DC.
During the night.
Chris, I want to take that. Do you agree? Yes. Chris agrees. So yes, we will take that. That is 10 points for toss-up 12 to DC. All right, so bonus 1 for DC. Responde aut Anglice aut Latine. Ubi pendent luna et sol et omnes nimbi.
In the sky. Sophie?
In the sky. Final answer.
In the sky is correct for bonus 1. All right, and then bonus 2. Responde aut numeris Romanis aut Latine. Quot dies in anno sunt?
Wait, let me write them in chat.
I think so. Harper? Okay, I defer to what Elise put in the chat.
That was a good choice because that is an acceptable answer. So that will be 5 points for bonus 2. Excellent. All right. So let's go on to toss up 13 for all players. What son of Athamas and Nephili? Cullen from Florida.
Phrixus.
Phrixus is correct. What son of Athamas and Nephili was saved from being sacrificed when he was borne away by a golden fleeced ram? So that will be bonus number 1 for Florida. Phrixus's ram carried him safely to the land of Colchis, but he lost what sister of his along the way when she fell into the sea?
Hella.
Hella, whatever you want to call her. Yeah.
Final answer, Hella.
Hella is correct. So that's 5 points for bonus 1. Bonus 2, the land of Colchis was located at the eastern end of what modern body of water?
Mediterranean
The
Sea.
Mediterranean, yeah.
Final answer, Mediterranean Sea.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for the Black Sea. All right, so now we are moving on to toss up 14 for all players. Make the phrase longum flumen comparative. Elise from DC.
Longior flumen.
I am sorry, I cannot take it. Soham, Florida.
Longius flumen.
That is correct. Longius flumen is what we were looking for. So that is 10 points to Florida. And now bonus 1 for Florida. Make the phrase longius flumen plural.
Okay, longius flumen plural. So fluminous.
Flumen.
Maybe Flumina.
Yeah. Flumina.
Longius. So then it's gonna be longius.
Is it like Longia?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
So
Time.
Final answer, Longia Flumina.
Close, but not quite. We were looking for longiora flumina. So bonus 2. Make the phrase longiora flumina superlative.
Oh, longiora Longisi, um, superlative. So longisi, mm,
Ma?
longissimi, because it's new to remember.
Okay, yeah.
Longissimi, and then what you had for flumen.
Defer to Soham.
Final answer, longissimi flumina.
I'm sorry, we were looking for longissima flumina. But well done, all the same. Let us go on to toss up 15 for all players. According to its derivation, linguistics is the study, Caroline from Florida.
Tongue.
Say that one more time.
Tongue.
Chris, you want to take it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So we will move on to Harper from DC.
Language.
Chris, we good with that? Yes, but what I would like to do is give both teams the bonuses. The issue is that tongues is a plural that is commonly used synonymous with languages. Tongue is a different concept, possibly. It is possible that tongue might be an acceptable answer, and I want to discuss that with the moderators after the round. So what we're going to do is give each team the bonuses separately in a breakout room. And for now, we're going to award the points, whatever points come out of the question, to the team that said language. We will discuss subsequently whether tongue should have been accepted. And if that's the decision, then we will adjust that to award the bonus points for that team to that team. Is everyone clear on what we're going to do here? Okay, so let me create a breakout room for the first team. Which team was the first to? The
first to buzz in was Florida.
Okay, I'm going to create a breakout room for Liz and them. So give me a second here. All right, so sorry, you said it was Florida, right?
That's correct. Yeah, yes. And then the second buzz came from DC.
Okay, we're going to do Florida first. Sorry, I haven't done this before.
That's okay.
Should have all just been invited to join a breakout room.
So before I head over, am I reading bonuses for both, or am I doing one and you're doing the other?
No, you do both. And then after you're done with this one, I'll come back and create a second breakout room for the other team, which I, for some reason, can't remember who it was. It was Ohio.
It was DC. All right, BRB. I will go read the bonuses quickly, and then I will return.
I think we have one Florida player. Did they both leave?
Cullen hasn't joined the room yet.
Yeah, there are 3 people in the waiting room right now. It's
see if Max, just look and see if it's any of our players. I can't actually.
No. The waiting room, they've been in the waiting room for a little bit, but I don't think those are our current players.
Okay.
The Singh is from Wisconsin.
And Cullen is still
I'm not worried about those folks. If Cullen shows back up, it looks like
he is in the main room.
But I think he looks like he's frozen in the
yeah. He just disappeared. So well, no, he didn't. He looks like he's back. Oh, he's in the breakout room now. So we're good.
Great.
So should these 3 people be allowed in the waiting room right now?
No.
Don't leave. No. Don't let them in.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Only people that were previously in the room and got kicked out. I'm going to go join the breakout room just so I can make sure I can monitor it. So apparently it takes 57 seconds to close a breakout room, but I'm going to go ahead and add a room for DC.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. This is the first time I've done one of these, so just give me a second here. I'm going to close all the rooms, and then I got to start this over once everyone's clear. I started the second room before everyone was back in the first room, and it created some sort of problem.
Yeah, a disturbance in the force.
Here we go. Okay. That should have solved it. Oh, let me join the room.
I'm not getting an invite either.
Yeah, no, I can't figure it out. Oh, here, I know what we're going to do. Figured it out. Okay.
All right, I'm teleporting while I take.
Yep, I'm going to go over there too.
Should we start a conversation? Because it's got to be awkward for like the people who are trying to watch us right now. Just watching a ton of people just staring like blankly at their screens. Okay.
You're not wrong.
No, I like this.
All right, you wanna start it? I'm like, how's everyone's day?
Good. How's yours?
My days, it's been pretty good. Went looking at a bunch of different houses, got a haircut.
Nice.
This is some riveting conversation. The audience is on the edge of their seat. They can feel it.
All right, so that was most thrilling. Now we wait for everyone to return. And we'll rock and roll through the rest of this round. All right. I see all my Ohioans. I see all my Floridians. I see DC 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we ready to proceed?
Yeah, Liz, make sure the scorers know what they need to record.
Yes. Okay, so scorers. According to what happened in the bonus room, each team got 1. Nobody got bonus 1. Both teams got bonus 2.
So for now, we're awarding 15 points to DC, but we're going to check tongue, and I think there's a 50-50 chance or better that we might end up changing that decision later. Those will be updated, like we usually do. So on that note, let's move on. We've got to do a score check so everybody turn their cameras on.
Yes, let's have our score check.
Okay, so after 15 questions, we have tentatively DC with 50 points, Florida with 170 points, and Ohio yet to score.
All right. So let's move on to toss-up number 16 for all players. Give a Latin synonym of video. Soham, Florida.
Specto.
Specto is correct. So for those of you who didn't hear me, give a synonym of video. So that is 10 points to Florida. Bonus 1, give a Latin synonym of in-gains.
Okay, so what is it?
It means in-gains means giant, and gigantes means like in-gains means like huge, and gigas means like.
We could also do like Magnus, maybe.
I mean, do the simpler one. Gigas is the complex one, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Magnus.
go for Magnus.
Final answer, Magnus.
That is correct. That will be 5 points on bonus 1. And then bonus 2. Give a Latin synonym of appellare.
Okay, what is it?
The name.
So Woco to call, maybe?
Appello can also mean to call, so yeah, Woco.
Okay, final answer, Woco.
Woco is correct. So that is another 5 points on bonus 2. Excellent. Toss-up number 17 for all players. What member of the Marcian Gains, after being exiled for tyrannical conduct in opposition to the distribution of grain in 491? Lincoln from Florida.
Gaius Marcius Coriolanus.
That is correct. All right, so that is 10 points for Florida. So the question was, what member of the Marcian Gains, after being exiled for tyrannical conduct in opposition to the distribution of grain in 491 BC, joined the Volscians, whose city of Corioli he had once captured to earn his name? So Coriolanus would absolutely be correct. So bonuses 1 and 2 for Florida. For 5 points each, give the names of the 2 women who convinced Coriolanus to take his Volscian army and depart from the walls of Rome.
Vituria and Volumnia.
Yeah.
Final answer, Vituria and Volumnia.
That is absolutely correct. So that will be a total of 10 points because bonus 1 and 2 are both correct. So it's 20 points on toss-up 17. All right, toss-up 18 for all players. Translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Multa templa a rege aedificata. Elise from DC.
Many temples had been built by the king.
Could you say it one more time?
Many temples had been built by the king.
I cannot take that. Chris, do you agree? Did you hear what I heard?
I'm not sure I did. What? Repeat the answer again, please. I thought I heard something, I think, different than you.
Many temples had been built by the king.
I agree. That's not correct.
Yeah, it's not correct. Okay, so we will read again for everybody else. Okay, so translate the following sentence from Latin to English. Multa templa a rege aedificata sunt. Caroline from Florida.
Many temples have been built by the king.
That's correct. Yes, we're looking for many temples have been built by the king, not had. Alrighty, so let's go to bonus 1 for Florida. Translate this sentence into English. Post hunc regem rexerunt quinque alii reges.
Okay, so
After this king after this king ruled five five. Oh, Caroline, can you help me?
yeah, sorry, 5. Okay, I don't know what Ollie is.
Five other king. There after this king ruled.
The Rexerunt is plural though.
After
this king
ruled,
5 other kings ruled.
No, there were 5 other kings. No.
Well, maybe it's
like
it
after
looks like
this,
a prepositional phrase. So
after this
first 3 words
ruled. After this king,
5 other kings ruled.
Yeah.
Wait, Rexerunt, what that's
ruled.
Yeah, ruled. Okay.
Yeah.
Final answer, after this king, 5 other kings ruled.
That is correct. So that will be 5 points on bonus 1. And then on bonus 2, I translate this sentence into English. Rex septimus a populo Romano expulsus est.
Could we get that in the chat, please? Okay, thank you.
The king.
The 7th king.
Yeah.
Of the people, or the
No,
7th.
it was the
was-
7th king was expelled by the Roman people.
Driven out. So what was being driven out by the Roman people? The 7th king.
That's perfect tense, isn't it?
Yeah, so wouldn't it just be was driven out?
Defer to Soham.
The 7th king was being driven out by the Roman people.
I'm sorry, I cannot take it. What we wanted was the 7th king has been or was expelled, so not imperfect. All right, so toss up 19 for all players. What emperor stirred up bad public sentiment by his affair with the Judean princess? Lincoln from Florida?
Titus.
That is correct. So yes, what emperor stirred up bad public sentiment by his affair with the Judean princess Berenike, but was still Rome's sweetheart when he died young in 81 AD after he completed the Colosseum. So that will be bonus 1 for Florida. Name a city that was destroyed by volcanic eruption during the reign of Titus.
Definitely going to be like Pompeii or something.
Pompeii. Final answer, Pompeii.
Pompeii is correct. So that would be 5 points on bonus 1. Bonus number 2. What brother of Titus succeeded him and dedicated an arch in the Forum in his honor?
Domitian.
Yeah. Final answer, Domitian.
Domitian is correct. So that's 5 points on bonus 2. All right, let's have a score check. Cameras on if they aren't ready.
After 19 questions, DC has 50 points. Florida has 245 points. Ohio has yet to score.
Alrighty, so let's go into toss-up 20 for all players. What mythological couple is described in the following quotation from Book 1 of Ovid's Metamorphoses? Since the sea had covered all things. Florida, Caroline.
Deucalion and Pyrrha.
Deucalion and Pyrrha is correct. So, since the sea had covered all things, here he landed, carried with his wife by a small raft. They supplicate Corician nymphs, the spirits of the mountain, and fate-speaking Themis. It is, in fact, Deucalion and Pyrrha. So, bonus 1 for Florida. Shortly after, Ovid describes what son of Neptune blowing his horn over land and sea?
Triton.
Triton. Yeah.
Final answer, Triton.
Triton is correct. That'll be 5 points for bonus 1. And then bonus 2. Ultimately, Deucalion and Pyrrha repopulate the world by throwing what objects over their shoulders?
Rocks. Or we
Final
could say stones.
Final answer, rocks.
I'll take rocks. That's 5 points for bonus 2. All right, can we get final score for the round?
Our final score for this round, DC had 50 points, Florida had 265 points, Ohio did not score.
All right, congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for playing. It means so much to us that you come and you play Certamen with us, even in these circumstances. GG, everybody.
Good job. Thank you.
And as usual, scores will be posted. Let me find the link for that. You can track your favorite teams.
Thank you for moderating.
Thank y'all for playing.
Got it.
There you go. Yeah, you get double links to the scores in case. All right. Well, later. Don't forget, y'all have another round tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow for another novice round.
Peace out.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, later, Omnis.
Chris and Liz, is there something in particular you want us to rate for the comment section for toss-up 15 with the breakout rooms?
Yeah, just put in there that the player one gave tongue in the singular, which we initially didn't accept, but we wanted to give them the bonuses. And I'll tell you my own opinion. The more I think about it, the more I think we probably take that. But that's just say that tongue was given, and we want to see if that should have been accepted.
Yeah.
Great.
And I took notes about exactly what they said in the bonuses, so I have that for later.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any dispute over the bonuses. It's just going to be whether but
yeah.
The more I thought about it, the more I think we probably should, but we'll see what the
Yeah, I feel funny about it just because, like, you talk about speaking in tongues. I've never heard anybody use tongue singular in that particular. Well,
Yeah.
This is an interesting tongue.
yeah,
I guess it's possible.
Thank you guys so
mother
much
tongue?
for reading. I'll allow you, of course, to make any decisions, but I just wanted to double check. Would you mind checking on Florida's answer for bonus 1 to toss-up 15 as well?
Yes, I will. I wrote it down.
Thank you so much.
And I will check.
All right. Thank you again so much, everyone. Have a good one.
No problem.
You want us to make a note about the bonus?
Yeah, just for clarification, for bonus for Florida, they said washing hands, and I chose not to take it because it was supposed to just be washing as opposed to washing hands.
Okay. Do you want us to note that you're looking into that?
Yes, because we should talk about it later, and if it's in the notes, it'll get caught.
Just let Jeff in. Do we know who the teams are for the next round?
We are waiting on, it is Texas, New Hampshire, and Arizona.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and admit everybody so we can get things started.
Awesome. Jeff, you get to read this time.
I do.
Chris, do you want to paste or do you want me to? I don't mind doing it at all, so.
What happened in that last round? Because a bunch of people were leaving, so I left too, and then I tried to get back in, but my internet connection was faulty, so it couldn't. And then, so what was going on there?
We had breakout rooms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So, Chris, would you rather me paste or would you like to do it? I'm happy to.
No, I don't mind doing it. I've kind of got it into a rhythm at this point. So.
All right, cool. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll be the dead weight.
All right. So, Chris, that means you're pasting in the bonuses and also the lines in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So I'll read and I'll try and spot my best, but if you see me reading, blathering on, let me know. So we got lots of people here. Everybody is getting the idea and starting to rename themselves, and I'm going to rename myself.
Please be sure to use square brackets and put your last name as well.
Last name, last name initial? Is that not what we're doing?
No, it should be full name. Also,
I was talking to
let's-
some of the Arizona players in particular.
yeah, full name and no space between the state and the number, please, just so we're all kind of consistent.
I think we have 2 New Hampshire 4s at the moment. That's one of you just changed. Yeah, I see NH4 Isaac Saunders and NH4 Jiatong Wang.
Alexander, you can change to 2.
Let's see if I can't put this back at the beginning. Okay. And who is doing the streaming?
Oh, we're going.
Okay, so we got that all set. Oh, that's right, I forgot. All right. All right. Dum-da-dum, dum-da-dum. I'm looking at my list. Open the questions. Are these the questions? No. Are these the questions? No. These the questions? Yes. Okay. All right. People's renaming themselves. Stars. We got stars in there for captains. Okay. Those are looking good. We should do a buzz. Do we have everybody or no? What's our situation?
It looks like we have 12 players.
Yeah, it looks like we have all of our
13 actually. 14.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do a buzzer check. Everybody give a buzz. All right. Anybody not see themselves? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yay, that's exciting. All right. So we got that. Everybody got a functional camera. Can all of the players put themselves on? And you'll need to be able to put yourselves on the score checks, but in between you may be away. Liz, can you do the watch the group me?
Yes, I'm on it right now, actually.
Awesome. All right. I leave that to you. Let's see. We've got functional cameras. That's good. All right. I'm going to tell you guys that you should not have any other electronic devices, books, or notes near you. You may have one open, blank, unshared document or a blank piece of paper to write on during the rounds. And why not tell you who I am? I'm Jeff Rivard. I teach in Florida, though I'm currently in Georgia. So I'm broadcasting from Georgia. And my moderating staff, Chris Sloan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, Chris Sloan from Tennessee.
All right. And then Liz?
I am Liz Davidson from Georgia.
Okay. And who are my scorekeepers here? I'm trying to catch that. There's one. Okay. And timer, that's you, Max. Okay, awesome. And you're going to give me when time's up?
You're
I
on
can't
mute,
hear you.
Max,
You're muted.
But he's going to give you that, and he's also going to give you a direct private message.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to message you the word time.
Awesome. Thank you.
And you've got 2 scorekeepers.
Right. Who's my second scorekeeper?
Mariah, I'm from Texas.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out.
It's all good.
Thank you very much. All righty. Primary moderator. Who's going to take? So, Liz, do you want to take any of the? If there should ever be anything like a protest or a discussion, you should direct it to.
It is
right
impossible,
there.
but I will note it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Audience should have their cameras off, microphones that are, and microphones off. Coaches, send a private message to Liz if you need to have a challenge or a concern. Okay. So we got all that. Let's see. All right. Here's a little question I'm going to put out there, or a little statement. The moderating staff would like to give some clarification about pronunciation and spelling on non-language questions. If a student gives a questionable pronunciation, they may be asked to spell as specified in the NJCL Certamen Rule 12C. If the spelling offered by the student reasonably captures the correct answer, the moderator may accept it at his or her discretion. Similarly, if the student uses the chat to spell a word because of audio difficulties, the moderator may ask the student to pronounce the word if there is a question about acceptable spelling variations. If so, the student will be expected to pronounce the word properly. If the answer is clearly incorrect when the student first answers, the moderator has the discretion to reject the answer without having to repeat or spell. Okay? Makes sense? Good. All right. All players must wait to be recognized on the toss-up. Even if you think you're first in on the screen, my screen's the one that's the origin of that. And so whoever's first in there gets to give their shot at the answer. And it may be different on your screen and my screen, but mine's the screen that's going to be the determining factor. Zoom audience, quiet during the match, cameras off. At the score checks 5, 10, 15, you're free to clap using the Zoom reactions. You may type encouraging words in the chat, all that. At those score breaks, 5, 10, and 15, when we reach 19, only Zoom clapping reactions will be used, may be used. And then audience members in Zoom may turn on their cameras and microphones at the end of the round. All right, it's really a passage time. Can we have it pasted in? Here we go. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti, et equo suo. 30 ludos magnos iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem, hic equus iratus domum recurre coipit. Ehel. All right. Questions on that? All righty. Players should not do anything that can be construed as consultation, including gestures or any verbal or electronic communication with the other players, coaches, or audience members. You may not communicate with other players in any other way than by voice or Zoom, in Zoom chat. Coaches, players, and audience members should make no exclamations or about consultation or other rules, procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during a toss-up, they should raise their hand or use their voice to ask the question. Coaches, players, and audience members should remember that moderators have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. If there is an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair. Please be polite and respectful of our judgment. Okay. We have all the captains marked with stars. Yay. All right. Remind students, okay, whoever says final answer during bonus time is giving the final answer. However, once time is called, the next thing that's said is going to be considered the final answer. Now, are there any questions? Yay. Looks like you all know the answers. Let's make sure that I'm reading the right thing. And then I shall remind you all we're about to start. When I start, we'll actually do a practice one to begin with. And then we'll move right into it. Take a deep breath. Yay. This is fun. I'm going to have fun. Hope you do.
I don't think we're quite close to being ready.
No?
Yeah, there's still random people up.
Are they still?
I was about to stop you when you were about to start. Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it. Me ahead of everyone else? How could this happen?
Teamwork.
Oh, this is exciting. All right, so we're still waiting for a little bit in the other rooms? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well then. Wow, look at how good you guys are. Got everything set. Almost there to the replacement. Oh, we don't have Wisconsin in the room, so I have to do that. That's exciting. Yeah.
Y'all having a good night so far? Just skip a Lee.
Yeah.
All right, couple thumbs ups.
Yeah. Well, I've had an interesting day. It stormed here in Georgia, and so my internet
You're in
went out, but
Georgia too?
Yeah.
My electricity also went out earlier today. Are you in the Atlanta area?
South.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in Forsyth, which is a little north of Macon. Yeah, it went out very briefly, but yeah. Fortunately, I wasn't reading. That was Lisa's round, but I got back in, so we're all good.
Have we met in person at State or something, and I just don't remember because seeing people on Zoom is different?
No, I'm in Georgia now, but I'm usually in Florida.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've never been to the Georgia State competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh no, have I made a huge mistake and like
No,
not recognized? Okay.
Yeah, I even actually got to get some more coffee, a couple of chips, excitement, thrills and chills. I might get to eat today. That'd be good. How are your eating patterns, children? You all doing good? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. About 11 o'clock, I said, should I have dinner? And I said, nah, I'm just going to go to bed without dinner. So I punished myself.
I hope that you all are all not getting enough sleep and eating really mediocre to bad food so that we can replicate a true convention experience.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing here. I mean, I'm eating chips, drinking lots of coffee. What else is new? However, I think my coffee might be better than the coffee I usually get at Nationals.
Remember last year in the dining hall, it was all chicken everything, like chicken this and chicken that. Everything was chicken. I probably had like 100 pounds of chicken that week. I mean, obviously not actually that much, but it was just everything was chicken.
Goodness gracious. I always had a good time in North Dakota. Those people are so nice. It doesn't matter that they give me chicken all day.
Except for the whole tornado thing.
Hey, did we not have one last time?
I think it was 2 North Dakotas ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, we had them at
2010.
The first and the second time.
Yeah, 97 also.
Yeah, 97, but that was like in the middle of the day.
Yeah, 97 is the one I'm remembering.
And then one of them was like in the middle of the night. It was pretty bad.
It's 2010. That was my second convention.
Yeah.
I slept through the alarm.
That was on Sunday night before General Assembly and all that even. Yeah, pre-convention night.
Yeah, pre-convention night. So much fun.
Yeah, I remember going down to the cellar like 2 in the morning with all the other California people. And but my sleep wasn't interrupted because I already hadn't been able to sleep anyway. So that didn't really make that much of a difference to me.
Goodness gracious. I think I've been to the end of the earth, which is Fargo, North Dakota, 3 times. And that's kind of crazy.
Every state I visited outside of California has been because of JCL or SCL. So JCL has been my way to see other parts of the country that I don't normally see.
I was bummed I didn't get to go to North Dakota last year, but it was pre-planning for my new job, so you can't complain,
No, can't complain. Oh, well, yeah.
There's still a missing player, so
that's
what current status is.
So let this be a lesson to you tomorrow. You got to make sure you're on time. Oh, so that nobody else is waiting for you. Be terrible. You don't want to be the one that's making everybody else wait. If we could all stare at him, wouldn't that be fun? Have one big Zoom where we said, okay, so it's you.
I have 100% clapped for late students before.
I could do a different accent, Chris.
Did you do a slow clap, Liz?
Oh yeah.
Oof. Well, so let's see. We've got Arizona. We've got New Hampshire. And we've got Texas. Goodness gracious. So it's far east, northeast, deep south, and west. Of course, Texas would say, we're all of it.
Texas is not the South.
As a Texan, I'm not 100% sure that that's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hybrid place. Texas is interesting. Texas has every climate. It has every type of city or town you could imagine. It is
East
the most
Texas
varied of
is
states.
south. West Texas is southwest.
Yeah, I can agree
Central
with that.
Texas is
That's
just
been my
Texas.
I'm a
And of
San
course,
Antonio native, so
Yeah,
I'm from Austin.
El Paso's definitely in the southwest.
Indeed.
It's even on mountain time, so it's in the southwest.
It's in a different, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, the days when I lived in Central Time. I actually liked it better because I like to go to bed early and everything was earlier.
It is true.
Pacific time's the best. I'm not biased or anything, but it's the best.
I don't know, man. I don't want to have to get up that early to like watch a football game.
All right, so feed on chat. We're still waiting for the go ahead, just so y'all know. Still missing kids.
Yeah.
College
He
football
known Pluckett.
aren't like 9 here when it's football season. I don't think 9 o'clock in the morning is that bad. But having games come on at 10:45 on the East Coast, it's like I'm not going to stay up until 2 or 3.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'm more fond of the drink than most, but even I have trouble starting that early unless I'm tailgating.
Oh yeah.
Baseball actually started up yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
Finally, I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. First game in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Or even past it. It's kind of crazy. So 60 games. How are we going to do that?
It's going to be weird.
You just go
Very
right back
strange.
into spring training at the end.
Arizona folks, I have to say that some of my favorite hiking places are in southeastern Arizona.
I have never hiked there. I've been in that area, but I've never been hiking. I went to Colorado and New Mexico last year and did a lot.
You get some of the same mountains, but when you get into the Sky Islands down in the southeast, just these amazing areas at high elevations that are sort of different from almost any place I've ever been hiking elsewhere in the U.S. These beautiful canyons and really neat place.
I shall have to try that. Well, any new exciting news from any of these states out there? New things that you've learned to do in quarantine?
I learned how to use TikTok.
Wow. Okay, then. There you go. I wasn't expecting that.
It was interesting how some of the teams struggled with the TikTok question last night at World Series.
Well, I think that's really actually not surprising, but I must say I know very little about TikTok.
TikTok is awesome, and I really enjoy it.
I was devastated that I didn't get that question last night, Chris, and get to answer the Kasha adjacent bonus.
Yeah. I could tell. I could see the pain on your face.
I'm not saying my account name in front of children, but I've made 3 really horrible Latin joke TikToks if y'all want to laugh at me later. All right, so it says we are, okay, I think we're getting the go ahead.
Yeah.
Allow me to confirm. New Hampshire won. I see your Yale shirt. I like that because that's where I went to grad school.
All right, so
looks like we're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the non-question question, but you guys can buzz in as though it's a real question and we'll practice with it and see how it goes. I'll read one practice question for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss up. What king of Thebes, the son of one of the Spartoi? Okay. That is, sorry, New Hampshire won, sorry. Jatong?
Oedipus?
Oedipus is incorrect. So New Hampshire can't do it. So Texas 2, Victoria.
Pentheus?
Pentheus is correct. All right. And then your bonus. Who was the mother of Pentheus who tore her son apart in a Bacchic frenzy?
So that's how you spell it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's the final answer.
That's correct. And then bonus 2. On what mountain near Thebes did this murder occur? Sorry.
I think it's Kithaeron.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Kithaeron, final answer.
That is correct. So you would have gotten 20 points if that had been an actual question. However, this was not an actual question. The actual questions are about to follow. So, everybody ready? Here we go. Toss up. I'll just make sure I'm really reading this. All right, 2020 NJCL Certamen Intermediate Division Round 2. Yay. Okay. Toss up number 1, any player. Then came the ghost of the Theban, holding his golden scepter, and I recognized him and spoke to him. These lines from Book 11 of the Odyssey describe what? Okay, that's Texas 2, Victoria?
Tiresias?
Tiresias is correct. Okay. What seer who tells Odysseus of his future wanderings? I know what I want to do. Hold on a second. I'll make this a little bigger. Oh yeah, awesome. Okay, bonus number 1. The ghost of what crewman of Odysseus is the first to approach him in the underworld?
Pretty sure it's Elpenor.
Yeah.
He fell off the roof.
Yeah.
Elpenor, final answer.
That is correct. And then bonus number 2, the ghost of Odysseus's mother next approaches him. Name her.
Anticlea. So, Anticlea, final answer.
That is correct. All right. So 20 points on toss-up number 1 for Texas. Toss-up number 2, any player. Responde latine. Quot sunt bis septem? Texas 1, Marco.
Quattrodecim.
Quattrodecim is correct. This is Texas, right? Bonus number 1. Quot sunt ter sex?
So that's just 18.
Duo de Viginti, right?
Yeah, okay. Final
All
answer,
right.
Duo de Viginti.
That is correct. Bonus number 2. Quot sunt deciens decem?
Deciens. So I'm guessing.
Just 100, right?
Yeah, centum. All right. Final answer, centum.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 2. Toss-up number 3, any player. Translate into Latin. Let her drink. Texas 1, Marco. Answer, please.
B-bot.
Please repeat.
B-bot.
That is correct. That's what I thought I heard. It just blipped a little bit for me. All right. Bonus number 1. What use of the subjunctive is illustrated by that sentence?
Joseph. I'll just go with it. Final answer, Joseph.
That is correct. Bonus number 2. Now translate this sentence into English. Aemilia bibat aquam ut vivat.
So I guess let Aemilia drink water to live. Or I guess so that she may live.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Final answer, let Aemilia drink water so that she may live.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 3. Toss-up number 4, any player. What kind of Roman magistrate, whose number grew until there were 20 in Cicero's time? Texas 4, Christian?
Quaestor.
That is correct, right? Till there were 20 in Cicero's time, had the duty of administering Rome's aerarium. Bonus number 1. The number of quaestors was not random. What was their number linked to?
Ooh.
Huh. I don't know this.
What do you like?
Maybe like number of senators or something. I have no clue what this could be.
Yeah, I guess go for it.
All right. Final answer, number of senators.
No, I'm sorry, it's incorrect. It's actually the number of provinces that were governed by Rome. So you had to have a certain number of them and a certain number in each province. All right. But second bonus, which assembly elected the quaestors?
I want to say this is the Comitia Tributa, I think.
Write that down just for reference, I guess. All right. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Final answer, Comitia Tributa.
That's correct. 15 points on toss-up number 4. Toss-up number 5, any player. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage that involves a lacerta, or lizard, which I will read twice, and then responde latine to the questions that follow. Ursa lacertae maximae dixit, se tres ursulos domi habere, qui eam expectarent.
Somebody buzzed in.
Oh, I'm sorry, they did. Arizona 1.
I'm sorry, that was an accident. I didn't mean to buzz.
Clear. We'll allow for it. All right, so everyone's in. I haven't even read it once, let alone twice. Thank you. So clear, put a nice line in there for me, and then we'll start again. Here it is. Responde latina to the questions that follow of this passage. It involves a lacerta or lizard. Ursa lacertae maximae dixit se tres ursulos domi habere, qui eam expectarent et quos curare deberet. Tum reversa est, et domum progressa est. Dicens lacertae, te videbo postea lacerta. Here it is again. Ursa lacertae maximae dixit, se tres ursulos domi habere, qui eam expectarent, et quos curare deberet. Tum reversa est, et domum progressa est. Dicens lacertae, te videbo postea lacerta. Here's your question. Qui ursam, that is Texas 1. Marco.
Trace Ursuli.
Yes, that's correct. Tres ursuli. Right? Qui ursam domi expectabant, tres ursuli is quite correct. Bonus. Quo ambulavit ursa.
Could you paste the passage into chat?
I think this was just in the house, but I'm not sure.
Quo to where? Yeah, I think because it's re versa est et domum progressa. Okay. Final answer, domum.
Yes, that's correct. And then bonus number 2, dic Anglicae id quod ursa discedens lacertae maximae dixit.
Okay. I will see you. Oh, postea. That's like after, because it's like post ero da is like day after. I guess postea after this, maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Final answer, I will see you after this, lizard.
That'll work. Or you could have said, see you later, alligator. Anyway, that was the hope. But who wants to take chances in Certamen? Goodness gracious sakes alive, not that. I think we have a score check coming up, so let's do that.
After 5 toss-ups, Arizona has yet to score, New Hampshire has yet to score, and Texas has 95.
There you go. Yay. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's quite right. Cameras are supposed to be on for score check. So remember that, please, and make sure that you do that for the next one. All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. Here we go. Toss up number 6. Any player. Which 2 of the following words are derived from the same Latin root? Present, imperfect, future, and Texas 1, Marco?
Present and future.
That is correct. Bonus. Give the ultimate Latin root and its meaning for present and future.
Isn't this just sum?
I think so.
All right. Final answer, sum, to be.
That's correct. Bonus number 2. Give the ultimate Latin root and its meaning for imperfect.
Oh, this is like, oh, perficio. So like facio, right?
All right.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Final answer, facio, to make.
That'll do it. 20 points on toss-up number 6. Toss-up number 7, any player. What Roman military disaster, engineered by a Cheruscan auxiliary commander, forced Augustus to abandon Texas 4, Christian?
Teutoburg Forest.
Yes, that is correct. forced Augustus to abandon his plans for extending the Roman frontier to the Elbe and lose sleep for many nights while he mourned the loss of his 3 legions, the Teutoburg Forest, and there are, of course, another couple of different possibilities for answers there. All right, bonus number 1. Who was the head of the Cherusci who was able to lead a Roman army into difficult country and slaughter them?
I want to say this is Arminius. What do y'all think?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Final answer, Arminius.
That is correct. All right, bonus number 2. Who was the Roman commander at the Saltus Teutoburgiensis, or that is to say, the Teutoburg Forest, who took his own life?
I want to say this is Varus. What do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
All right. Final answer, Varus.
That is quite right. Publius Quinctilius Varus. So 20 points on toss-up 7. Toss-up number 8, any player. What king of Elis reneged on his New Hampshire 1? Yes.
Endymion?
Endymion is incorrect. Clear for no others? I'll repeat. Toss-up number 8 for the 2 remaining teams. What king of Elis reneged on his promise to give Heracles 1/10 of his herd of cattle after, okay, Victoria, Texas, 2.
Augeas?
Yeah, Augeas, absolutely. After the hero cleared the muck out of his stables. Bonus number 1 for Texas. In what clever way did Heracles clean the stables?
So he like manipulated the waters of the Peneus and Alpheus rivers to like clean
Water.
them out.
Yeah, okay. Go for it.
He manipulated the waters of the Peneus and Alpheus. Final answer.
That's quite right. Very good. Bonus number 2 then. What later labor of Heracles, his 10th, also involved livestock?
The like retrieving the cattle of Geryon, I think. So yeah.
All right.
Retrieving the cattle of Geryon. Final answer.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 8. Toss-up number 9, any player. Using the verb eubeo, say, I was being ordered in Latin. New Hampshire 3? Julianne? Jillian.
Ube bar.
Ube bar, is that your answer?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm hearing what you're saying correctly. That is correct. All right. Ube bar. For New Hampshire then, bonus number 1. Now, using the verb eubeo, say they were being ordered.
Ube Bontour, I think. Final answer, Ube Bontour.
That is correct, Ube Bontour. Bonus number 2. Now, using the verb eubeo, say they had been ordered.
UC Errant. UC Errant. Final answer, UC Errant.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 9. Toss-up number 10, any player. If the Latin verb used for this sentence is sunt, translate the pronoun into Latin for this sentence. How many cats do you have? Texas 1, Marco.
Tibby.
Tibby is correct. Your bonus. Bonus number 1, now translate the full sentence into Latin using sunt. How many cats do you have?
So quod tibi est felis, I guess.
Yeah, go with it.
I'll just write it down just in case. Pheles tibi est. No, not est.
Don't forget sunt.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Final answer. Quat pheles tibi sunt.
That is correct. Good catch. Bonus 2. Now say in Latin, I hear that you have many cats.
Oh man. You see, I mean, is that still using the dative? Because I mean, I could probably say habere, but
I think habere would be the way to go.
all right. So I guess just audio te habere multas pheles, like that. Pheles is.
I'm sorry, time. I need an answer.
Oh,
thank you.
Final answer. Audio te habere multas pheles.
That is right. All right. Thank you. 20 points on toss-up, 10, and after 10, remember that you need to have those cameras on. So turn them on and let's find out what the score is.
After 10 toss-ups, Arizona has yet to score, New Hampshire has 20, and Texas has 175.
All right. Very good. Yay, yay, yay. We'll move on to toss-up number 11. Toss-up number 11, any player. Who, at a banquet thrown by Tantalus, obliviously ate a Texas 2 Victoria?
Demeter.
Again?
Demeter.
Demeter is correct. All right. Bonus number 1. Distraught, Demeter replaced Pelops' shoulder with a new one, made from what material?
It's ivory, I believe. So yeah. Ivory, final answer.
That is correct. Bonus number 2. Later in his life, Pelops found his wife, Hippodamia, by winning what kind of race with the help of Myrtilus?
It's a chariot race.
Yeah. Right.
Chariot race, final answer.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 11. Toss-up number 12, any player. Translate this sentence into English. Pueri, quorum pater Mars erat, a matre relicti sunt.
Somebody buzzed in.
New Hampshire 2?
Boys, how many,
I need you to finish.
how many of, your fathers remain?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas 1, Marco?
The boys who were the sons of Mars were left behind by the mother.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I have Texas signaling again, but we'll clear and we'll read for the remaining team, which is Arizona. Here you go. Translate this sentence into English. Pueri, quorum pater Mars erat, a matre relicti sunt. I'll repeat. Translate this sentence into English. Pueri, quorum pater Mars erat, a matre relicti sunt. Arizona 1, William.
The boys who were the sons of Mars had been left behind by the mother.
Please repeat.
The boys who were the sons of Mars had been left behind by the mother.
No, I'm sorry. Very close, but not quite right. The boys whose father was Mars were left behind or abandoned by their mother. So no points on toss-up number 12. Toss-up number 13, any player. Who held 7 successive consulships? Texas, 4.
Marius?
Incorrect. New Hampshire, 3. Jillian?
Sulla?
Again?
Sulla?
I can't understand what it is you're saying. No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. No. All right, so for the remaining team, which is Arizona, who held 7 successive consulships, wore the dress of a triumphator even in the Senate, and became censor perpetuus in 84 or 85 AD, which gave him the power to reshape the Senate as he wanted, though he relied more heavily on his concilium principis, thus exacerbating the absolutist tendencies of his father, Vespasian. Arizona, 3. That is correct. No, it is not. I'm sorry, totally not. Got the wrong guy. It's Domitian. So no points on toss-up number 13. His name is Titus Flavius Domitianus, and I saw Titus and I was looking at the T, and that's why I said T, Titus. And I was like, no, that's not right. Sorry, everyone. No points there. We're on to toss-up number 14. Toss-up 14, any player. Which of the following verbs does not belong because of conjugation? Audio, ulciscor, gradior, capio. Sorry, Texas, 1, Marco.
Capio.
Incorrect. New Hampshire, 1, yes.
Gradior.
Incorrect. And then I've got, hang on. Yeah, I've got Arizona, 3. Taylor.
I'm sorry. I was going to say gradior, but yeah.
Nope. Sorry. So the answer is audio. Audio is 4th, ulciscor, gradior, and capio are all 3rds. So there you go. No points there. Toss-up number 15, any player. Apollo put the lament I on a flower that sprang up after the... I'm sorry, my thing was in the wrong place. So I got Texas 2.
Hyacinthus.
Hyacinthus is correct. All right. Hang on a second. I'm going to make a change so I can see a little more, maybe. Yeah, okay. All right, Hyacinthus is correct. So bonus number 1. In Ovid's account, Hyacinthus perished in a tragic accident, but some writers claimed that what god of the west wind blew the discus off course?
Zephyrus. Yeah, Zephyrus. Zephyrus, final answer.
That is correct. And then bonus number 2. In yet another version, what bard, the son of Philemon and the nymph Argiope, became the first man to love another man when he became infatuated with Hyacinthus?
Pretty sure it's Damaris. Yeah, Damaris. Damaris, final answer.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up 15. Everybody all the players turn their cameras on, and let's get that score check.
After 15 toss-ups, Arizona has yet to score, New Hampshire has 20, and Texas has 215.
Very good. Excellent. Ready for number 16? Well, even if you aren't, here it goes. Toss-up number 16, any player. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Qui dux Romanus duobus in Hispania victis Hasdrubalibus ad Africa.
Buzz.
That's Texas 4.
Scipio Africanus.
That is correct. Ad Africam vectus est, ad Hannibalem demum pugnandum zamai. Scipio Africanus. Bonus number 1. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Dic mihi nomen unius e patribus Hasdrubalium a Scipione Victorum.
Name one of them.
Fathers, sorry.
Maybe
Of,
just Hamilcar, I guess.
yeah, one of the fathers. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with
I
that.
need an answer.
Final answer, Hamilcar.
That is correct. Bonus 2. Responde Latine. Zamai qualibus copiis priorat Massinissa.
Okay.
Say?
At Zama, I guess like what troops were in charge at Messina of Zama?
Maybe like Numidia, I guess.
What's that in Latin?
I think it's just Numidia. Would I have to give like the dative or something, or not?
Wait, hold up.
I need an answer.
Oh man.
Final answer, Numidia.
No, I'm sorry. Equitibus would have been a good answer for this.
Okay.
Yeah, by means of what troops, as much as anyway, what troops did he command is actually what there is. Anyway, so you're almost there. But 15 points on toss-up 16, and we move on to number 17. Toss-up 17, any player. Now that you all are intermediate players, you are no longer Certamen amateurs. From what Latin verb, with what, that would be New Hampshire 1, Kiss?
Amo, to love.
That's right. Bonus number 1 for New Hampshire. Give the Latin verb at the root of Certamen and its meaning.
The verb, that's trickier. Oh, sorry.
Isn't it Certo, to struggle? I don't know if there's one.
Yeah, you're right.
I think so.
Certo, to struggle. Okay, defer to Jillian.
Certo, to struggle. Final answer.
That is correct. Bonus 2, give the Latin verb at the root of deride and its meaning.
Rideo, to mock or laugh.
Final answer, rideo, to mock or laugh.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up 17. Toss-up 18, any player. Complete the following geographical analogy. Bononia is to Bologna, as Eboracum is to Texas 4, Christian.
York.
That is correct. Bonus 1. What modern city was once called Aquincum?
Oh.
I think this is Budapest, I want to say.
Yeah.
All right. Final answer, Budapest.
That is correct. Bonus 2. What modern city was once called Colonia Claudia Ara Agrippinensium?
Oh
I
man.
recognize the middle 2 words, but the last, like the first and the last, make me want to say Cologne.
Yeah, go for it then.
All right, then. Final answer, Cologne.
That is correct. 20 points on toss-up number 18. Toss-up number 19, any player. Depending upon punctuation, the letters VS can mean a number of things. What is the Latin and English of VS period? Texas 1, Marco.
Versus, against.
That is correct. Bonus 1. What is the Latin and English of V period S period? This phrase is found in citations when it is used in this way.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
I think it's just vide supra, see above.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Final answer, vide supra, see above.
That's correct. And then bonus number 2. What abbreviation functions as an antonym of V period S period and means look below?
Ah, man. I guess Vide sub. That's all I can really think of.
Huh. Sure, if you have an abbreviation for that.
I guess just VS, V period S, and then Vide sub.
Okay.
Okay. Final answer, V period S, Vide sub.
That's not right. That would be pretty tough because then they would be exactly identical to look above and look below. So it's V period I period, vide infra, look below. All right, but nice try there. 15 points on 19, and it's camera time and score check time. What do we got? Whoever's doing our score check.
Sorry, I was muted. Before the final toss-up, Arizona has yet to score. New Hampshire has 40 and Texas has 265.
All righty. Yay, excitement. And onward to the last one. Toss-up number 20, any player. When the Argonauts stopped in Mysia, whose youthful beauty, that's New Hampshire 1?
Hylas.
Hylas is correct, led the nymphs at the spring of Pegae to kidnap him and cause his lover Heracles to go mad. Bonus number 1. What twin Argonautic brothers convinced the Argonauts to sail on without Hylas and Heracles?
I'm pretty sure it's Zetes and Calais. Yeah. Final answer is Zetes and Calais.
That is correct. And then bonus number 2. What aide Argonaut was also left behind in Mysia, where he found the city of Chios?
I think it's... No. Actually.
Whatever you guess is good.
Final answer, Euphemus?
No, I'm sorry, wrong Phemus. It's Polyphemus. So 15 points on toss-up number 20, and our final score is?
Arizona did not score. New Hampshire has 55 and Texas has 265.
All righty. Thank you very much. I'll remind you that we'll be playing tomorrow at around the same time. And then thank you for a good round. Thank you to the audience as well, and all the behind the scenes staff and convention organizers. Tech help and secondary moderator will paste the digital scoreboard into the chat right now so you can see how your favorite teams are doing, and we'll get that done. And thanks a lot.
Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Score. Thank you, Time.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I just left y'all a message in the chat.
Thank you for moderating.
Gracias.
My pleasure.
Quality.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right. Well, I've got to pop off to the other room.
I'm hanging.
Thank you very much.
Step out. Yeah, thank you.
Good job,
Yeah.
Jeff. That was well done.
Well, it went pretty well, and it makes it so much easier when people paste in. I'll tell you what. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna see if there's any food in the house I can grab really quick and just have a moment. BRB.
Sounds good. So Max, I'm going to be reading this round, so you'll send the time updates to me.
Okay.
Do we know what 3 teams we're expecting?
I believe it's Louisiana, Virginia, New York.
That sounds
I
right.
might be wrong. I was just looking at the document with the YouTube links on it.
I'm sure that's right. let me get my screen situated here, and then I'll go ahead and open it up. We can get people situated. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open the door, so to speak. So players who are coming in for the advanced round, you can go ahead and start the renaming process. So we want the square brackets with the 2-letter abbreviation of your state, no space, and then your player number, and then your full name after that. And if you're the captain, please put the asterisk at the end of your name. And then, of course, after that, if you would like to designate pronouns, you're welcome to do that as well. And I'll everybody again as we get closer. We were one of the earlier ones finished with intermediate, so I suspect it's going to be a few minutes before we get started. So yeah, if you don't mind, just so we're consistent, no space between the state and your player number, please. And for the New York players, please put square brackets around your state name and number. And we do need your full name, please, not just the last name abbreviation. All right, Virginia is all squared away. It looks like you've got one alternate in the room. I see. New York, I see 2 players. Are you guys expecting any additional players?
Nope, this is it.
Okay, good to know. And also, I don't know, do you guys have a coach coming as well, or no?
We did
yesterday. I don't know about today.
Okay, that's fine. Who is it? Who would it be so we know to look for them to let them in?
Brian
Serwicki. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Max and David, if you could help me keep an eye out for Max or for that person to make sure we let them in. Let's see, Louisiana, I see. It looks like all 4 of your, it looks like you've got all 4 players and your coach. So I think we have everybody. I'm going to wait a bit to get started with the pregame just because I think we're so far ahead of everybody else. So just relax and get comfortable. And since it just started raining here, I'm going to take this opportunity to move my computer inside.
New York.
You're not going to stay there?
New York only has 2 players.
Yeah.
Yes, New York only has 2 players. It might add an interesting variable to the round, but it's probably not one the players would appreciate.
Yeah, 3rd guy couldn't make it tonight. So.
We know y'all will press on valiantly.
We will try our best.
That's all you can do.
Are there only 2 teams here in this round?
No, there should be 3.
I see New York and Virginia. Oh, okay. I'm on a iPad this time, so I have a different format.
Whew. I've never done Zoom on an iPad, only on my laptop. I should try that at some point just to see what it's like.
Yep. I have to open up the chat feature and it covers up everyone's screen, so that's going to be annoying.
Are you all enjoying the night?
All right.
Max Payne, how does it feel to have the same name as a video game?
I made that comment to him the other day.
I've had.
Do you get a lot of Max Payne jokes?
I used to when I was a kid because it came out when I was like 7 or 8. So that was when it was like at its peak.
Did people ask you if you could do bullet time?
No, they didn't. But no, but people did love to point out that my name was the same as a video game, and then other people just think my name is cool. So.
Well, when you're named after a video game assassin, I mean, that's sort of inherently cool.
Yeah.
I had a student named Bridget Jones once who hated Bridget Jones jokes.
All right, well, we're going to start going through the pregame so that we can get all that cleared out of the way before while everyone else is getting situated. So just for introductions, I'm Chris Sloan from Tennessee originally, and I will be the moderator for this round. And then backing me up is Liz Davidson. Liz, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, everybody. I am Liz Davidson. My students know me as Dr. D, and I am from Georgia.
And then the timer for this round is Max Payne. So Max, say hi.
My name is Max Payne. I'm from California, and I'll be your timer for this round.
So Max will do a time gesture with his hands in the video, and he'll also send me a direct message when time is up. And then we have 2 scorekeepers for the round. We've got Mariah Sager. Mariah, you want to say hi?
I'm Mariah Sager. I'm from Texas.
And David Jaffe.
So wait, hey, I'm David Jaffe, originally from Illinois. I'll be your other scorekeeper.
Great, thank you. We have got all of the names situated, I think, just fine. So we'll go ahead and do a buzzer check. So I will start by asking the Louisiana players to buzz in, please. Still need Louisiana 2.
Louisiana 2.
Louisiana player 2?
All right, thank you.
Got it. Okay, so just want to make sure I got the names. We've got Andrew is player 1. We've got, let's see, Taylor is player 2. Marwan, is that correct for your name, player 3?
Yes.
And then James is player 4. Okay, since you guys were eager to go, if the New York players could buzz. Thank you. So we've got Kevin as New York player 1 and Ryan as New York player 2. And then let's have the Virginia players, please. Great. So we've got Joseph, Andrew, David, and Owen in that order from Virginia. That's good. Those are all easy names for me to see. Let's, Dr. D, can you check and make sure they all have functional cameras so I don't have to rejigger my screen?
Yep, let me see those faces. James waiting up. There you are. So,
are we
how
going
many kids are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're down. New York's down 2, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
everybody's got a functional camera.
Yep. And then just a reminder, we will ask you to turn the cameras on at each score check. You're welcome to keep them off in the meantime. It's entirely your preference.
Yeah. Taylor from Louisiana, I'd really appreciate if you had a light on, but.
In answer, Andrew, to your question, I'm going to endeavor to say Virginia to Andrew. I may just say Andrew, but it will be hopefully me saying the state, the number, and the player. And that segues. Got it. Are there two Andrews from Virginia?
No, they're not.
Okay. Yeah, I will hopefully remember to say the state name first. But if you are unsure, feel free to wait, and I will figure out what's going on. But I'm hoping I will say Virginia to Andrew. Okay, that segues into the reminder to please do wait to be recognized. You've all probably seen it at this point, but it is quite possible that if there's a close sequence of buzzes that you might see your own buzz ahead of someone else's, and that when in fact the other person buzzed in front of you, and that is a function of lag. That's actually quite common. The rule we have on this is simple, and it's because it's the only real practical way to deal with this, and that is the primary moderator, who is me for this round. Whatever order they show up on my screen is the official order for purposes of recognizing the players. Reminders that you can't have any other electronic devices, books, or notes that are visible or accessible. You can have a blank piece of note paper available, or if you prefer to use type online, you can have an unshared blank document that you can write on as well. We've already covered the staff, audience members, and so coaches and alternates, basically anyone who's in the room who's not playing in the round, or staff members should turn off your cameras and your microphones for the entire round. Coaches, if you have a concern or a request during the round, please send a private message to Liz. She's the secondary moderator for this round, and she will make sure to communicate that to me to the extent that it's something that I need to be aware of. So let's see what else. Oh, there's a clarification that we need to read that relates to a question that came up last night. So the moderating staff would like to give some clarification about pronunciation and spelling on non-language questions. If a student gives a questionable pronunciation, they may be asked to spell as specified in Certamen Rule 12C. If the spelling is reasonably captures the direct answer, we may accept it at our discretion. Similarly, if the student uses the chat to spell the word because of audio difficulties, we may ask you to pronounce it as well. If there's a question about the acceptable spelling variations, and if we do ask you to pronounce it, we'll expect you to pronounce it phonetically correctly. If the answer is clearly incorrect when you first answer, then we may very well reject it out of sight. So requesting a spoken answer to be written or vice versa is purely for clarification purposes if we're unsure what you're saying. We talked about being recognized. Again, for the audience, we will do the usual score checks, 5, 10, 15, and 19. Please don't make any audible sounds unless you want to use the Zoom clapping reactions. You are welcome to type encouraging words into the chat only during those score breaks. So not between any other questions, and certainly not while there's a question in progress. Dr. D, would you please paste the Aurelia passage, and we'll do that. Okay, Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua in genti et equo suo. Tredecem ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre quepit. Ehu.
Chris, we do have the New York coach in the waiting room, I believe.
Oh, thank you. I will add that person right now. So, Coach Brian, I think we just admitted you to the room. So make sure that your camera and your mic are off. Again. Yeah, there we go. So we just added the New York coach into the room. So just the reminder, please, to keep your mic and your video off during the round. And not to chat anything except encouragement when we do the official score checks. Any questions about pronunciation based on the Aurelia passage? All right. Reminders that please don't do anything that could be construed as consultation, no gesturing, and there should not be any communication between players except through the Zoom chat or orally through the Zoom app. Similarly, coaches should not be communicating in any manner except what we've already discussed. If you have a question that arises during a toss-up, speak up or raise your hand, and we will you'll hopefully get our attention. The captains, let's see, make sure. Okay, yeah, we've got all the captains designated. I think, do we have the New York cap? Yep, we do. So for purposes of bonuses, if you state that something is your final answer, at any point that will be taken as your final answer. Other than that, if we prompt you for an answer because you're out of time, then the next thing that comes from anyone on your team, whether it's the captain or not, will be considered your final answer. Last reminder that the moderators do have discretion in many circumstances to make rulings during the rounds. If there's a concern during the round, we talked about that, send a private message to Liz Davidson and she will coordinate with me as needed. And if there's an issue that you want to raise after the round that's not just a simple protest, you're welcome to direct it to Ms. Luongo as the Certamen chair. And otherwise, we just ask that you be polite and respectful of our judgment during the round. Other than that, just enjoy yourselves, and we're going to try to do the same and give you the best Certamen we can give you online during a pandemic. So we've still got a few minutes to wait before the other rooms are ready. My guess is it's another 5 or 10 minutes, but I'll let you know. In the meantime, feel free to chime in if you have any questions of us that we can answer while we're waiting.
Even though we're stuck waiting a bit, I do want to thank everybody for being here, being on time, being ready to play. We appreciate you.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Well,
I'll mention this because it's come up a couple of times already. If you find yourself having connectivity problems during the round, please let us know. We're happy to give you an opportunity to drop off and reconnect if you need to drop off. If you know you're going to drop off, please give us a heads up so that we can be monitoring the waiting room so that we can let you back in the room. The waiting room, as the round progresses, well, in this case, it probably won't since it's the last round of the night, but the waiting room typically starts to accrue people that are waiting for the next round, and we don't tend to pay a lot of attention to it unless we know that somebody has dropped off. So if you know you're going to drop off, let us know. If you notice that one of your teammates has dropped off, let us know so that we'll be on the lookout.
Still waiting on the go ahead, everybody. So we'll just keep hanging. All right, we've got the clear to go ahead and start advanced round 2.
Sounds good. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and get started. As you'll recall, we're going to, this is advanced division round 2. And I'm going to read one practice question for now for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in this tournament. Toss-up number practice. Which of the following words cannot be plural? Audimony, capite, facultate, and munera.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear the first one.
We've got Virginia player 2, Andrew. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Which of the following words cannot be plural? Audimony, capite, facultate, munera. All right, enough practice. The answer we were looking for was facultate. Oh, interesting. Give me a second. It sounds like I'm having a lag problem, so I'm going to read the second question just to practice again and make sure it's coming through clearly. So let's just treat this as a toss-up for practice again. Which of the following words cannot be plural? Bobos, loci, nemore, saxis.
I didn't hear that one either.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to make a quick change to my connection.
While he's working on that, is my microphone clear for everybody in here in case we need to use a backup?
Great, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's try this one more time. Before I try a question, am I coming through clearly just talking at this point?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's try the practice question one more time. Which of the following words cannot be plural? Bobos, loci, nemore, saxis. We've got Ryan from New York, player 2.
Memore.
Nemore is correct. And your bonus, which of the following words cannot be plural? Glos, ora, mores, dies.
And can you type those in chat?
Yeah.
Of course. The real question is we'll let you answer.
I'm kind of thinking Glos. You agree?
Yeah. What does it mean? Wait, what's Glos? I don't know what Glos is.
Neither do I.
It's the only one we don't know. All right, Glos, final answer.
Glos is correct. So for the players, were you guys able to hear me just fine in that last go around, or was it still glitchy?
The close I couldn't hear you, but other than that, it was fine.
All right. Well, let's try the first toss up, and if it continues to be a problem, let me know, and I'll just Liz and I can switch roles pretty easily. Is that all right, everybody?
Yep.
All right. Then we're going to start with toss up number 1 for each player. In mythology, what type of object was stolen from Ammentor's house by Otto Virginia 1 Joseph?
A helmet?
Helmet is correct. The rest of the question was by Autolycus and frightened Hector's son Astyanax because of its crowning horsehair plume. First bonus for Virginia. In the Iliad, of what alloy is Hector's helmet made, like most armor and weapons in the poem?
This would probably be bronze, right?
I would agree with that, yes.
Go with bronze, then.
Yeah, bronze, final answer.
Bronze is correct. And your second bonus. In Book 9 of the Aeneid, what 2 lovers are killed by Italians after the light reflecting off a helmet betrays them?
Nisus and Euryalus, final answer.
Nisus and Euryalus is correct. That's a total of 20 points on question number 1 for Virginia. Was that good for everybody? You can hear me clearly now?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll keep rolling.
I'm still getting some cut, but
yeah,
if everybody's good.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still getting some cut and some lag.
Well, I mean, I'm going to throw it out to the players. If it's a problem for you, then we can switch to her moderating. It's whatever you guys are comfortable with.
It hasn't been a major problem yet, but I can't say that it won't for the rest of the round.
It'd be a problem if it's one of those questions where we're reading out words, because if we don't hear one word, it makes the question much more difficult to answer.
Well, then let's just do this. Let's not risk it. Liz, why don't you take over the reading and I will do the cutting and pasting, and we'll just handle it that way.
That is fine.
I don't want to take that chance.
That makes perfect sense. All right, so we are moving on to toss-up number 2, correct?
Question. About Aurelia passage and pronunciation, are we going to do that again, or do you pronounce it the same way?
I will be pleased to do that again for you. I think that is very fair. Here, let me transport it down.
Thank you.
No problem. It's a good question. All right. Aurelia, cui orbs placebat, erat in Aegypto, cum familia sua in Genti, et equo suo. Tradecem ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem, hic equus iratus domum recurrere coipit. Eheu. All right, so let's clear it out for toss-up number 2. Whew, all right. Translate the following sentence into Latin using a gerundive. They entered the city at night to avoid the patrols. David Chin for Virginia. Does that dot mean you're done? All right, well, you'd be out of time. All right, Chris, what you want to do?
I think that the answer given was incorrect.
Okay, yes, I agree. So we will not be taking that answer, and I will reread the toss-up for the other 2 teams. translate the following sentence into Latin using a gerundive. They entered the city at night to avoid the patrols. Up. We have a buzz from Andrew from Louisiana.
Urben interverant nocte regularios vitandos.
I don't believe I can take that. Chris, you agree?
I concur.
Okay, and so, all right, Kevin from New York.
In Trauerant urbem nocte vitandi vigiles.
I am not going to take that either. Chris, you agree?
Yes, I agree. I think that what I would suggest we do is go back and give Virginia the bonuses on this question. It's an interesting problem that we have.
Yes, it is. So
the interesting problem is that until you added Wigglarios, your answer was correct, and we were simply trying to clarify that you had completed giving your answer. And before we had gotten that confirmation, you added Wigglarios. And the general rule in normal Certamen is that if you voluntarily provide extraneous information that's incorrect, then the answer becomes incorrect. I'm not exactly sure how to take this particular circumstance, given the fact that there was a period there. So I want to give the moderating staff an opportunity to discuss it and decide. We may very well decide to accept it. I don't know. It's a usual set of circumstances. So
yeah. Also, in response to did I call time before he corrected? I was in the middle of saying, all right, well, and then the word came in. So we'll have to look at it.
Hi, sorry, just to clarify, Chris, you're saying that you're gonna have the moderators in the back room look at his answer and determine whether the period is like a sufficient designation that he had already given his full answer prior to the prompt. Is that roughly? Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right. As I said, this is a sort of a circumstance without analogy to, face-to-face Certamen. So I want to make sure that we give that.
Some due thought.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted to clarify exactly what was going on.
Yeah,
Chris, did you get notes on this, or should I copy paste it?
Yeah, I've got it. And
you got it?
Make sure the scorekeepers make a note as well. But we'll go ahead and give the bonuses. We're not going to award points at this point in time. But if we later determine that we should have given a correct answer because of this, then they will be added to your score later.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we will just go ahead and give bonus 1 to Virginia. Y'all ready? All right. So now translate. They entered the city at night to avoid the patrols using a gerund.
So
change it to
same
vitandum,
thing,
right?
Except legalis vitandum, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so final answer. Thank you for putting that handily in for me to read. Let me. We have a problem. They forgot at night. We can't take it. Bummer. All right, and then so we can't take it because you left at night out. So for bonus 2, now you're going to translate. They entered the city at night to avoid the patrols using a supine.
So what is the fourth principal part there that we want to use?
I think it's just vitatum, right? David, my audio has been fine.
Unless there are any objections.
I do not see any problems with
We
that.
got the nocte this time. That's good.
Final answer, intraverunt orbem nocte vigiles vitatum. That I can take. So if we award you that question, that would be 5 points on bonus 2. That is correct.
So for now in the score sheet, 0 points for toss-up 2.
For now, 0 points for toss-up 2, but make a note that it would be 15 if we agree to take it. All right. Whew, shake it off. Let's continue. All right, toss-up number 3 for all players. During the Empire, the offices of Praepositus ab Epistulis, or Owen from Virginia.
Narcissus, Pallas, and Callistus.
I'm sorry, I cannot take that. So I will read the question again for the remaining players. During the Empire, the offices of Praepositus ab Epistulis or Praepositus ab Rationibus wielded a great deal of authority in imperial administration, but the men occupying these positions came from different walks of life. During the reign of Claudius, however, there was a preponderance of freedmen. Which freedman held the position of Praepositus ab Epistulis? All right, I will repeat. During the Empire, the offices of Praepositus ab Epistulis or Praepositus ab Rationibus wielded a great deal of authority in imperial administration, but the men occupying these positions came from different walks of life. During the reign of Claudius, however, there was a preponderance of freedmen. Which freedman held the position of Praepositus ab Epistulis? All right, we are going to call time on that question. The answer was Narcissus and Narcissus only. All right, so that would be no points for toss-up number 3. Let's move on to toss-up number 4. Toss-up number 4 for all players. Give the Latin noun and its meaning at the root of mood. David from Virginia. That is absolutely correct. Modus meaning way. So that is going to be 10 points to Virginia. Let's do bonus 1 for Virginia. Bonus 1. I like the encouragement. Please keep my chat clean. All right. Give the Latin verb and its meaning at the ultimate root of indicative.
Yeah, I was going to say dicare. Could you please repeat the question?
Give the Latin verb and its meaning at the ultimate root of indicative.
Declare or proclaim are equally good.
Go with proclaim, since you both just said it.
Eco dicare to specify.
In the chat, is that your final answer?
Eco dicare to proclaim, final answer.
Chris, is it dicare?
Yes.
Yep, that's correct. All right, so bonus 1, 5 points to Virginia. And then bonus 2, give the Latin noun and its meaning at the ultimate root of principle.
This would be caput, right?
Ultimate
yeah, David, it says ultimate.
Caput.
Do you guys agree with that?
I do, yes.
Yep.
All right, caput, meaning head, final answer.
Caput meaning head is correct. That'll be 5 points on bonus 2 for Virginia. All right. Let's move on to toss-up number 5 for all players. De providentia, de brevitate. David from Virginia. Seneca the Younger is correct. The full question was de providentia, de brevitate vitae, de constantia sapientis, and de tranquillitate animi are some of the titles contained in the 12 books of Dialogi, which were written by what author from Cordoba? That is, in fact, Seneca the Younger. So we'll move into bonuses for Virginia. Bonus 1. What work of Seneca the Younger consisted of 124 letters that are addressed to Lucilius?
Are these the Epistolae Morales? Yeah.
Epistolae Morales is correct. Bonus 2. What tragedy attributed to Seneca the Younger is the only extant fabula praetexta?
Praetexta, no, this is Octavia, right?
Final answer, Octavia, is correct. Well done. So that will be 20 points on toss-up number 5. Can we get our first score check? And let's get cameras on, see everybody's happy little faces.
So after 5 questions, Louisiana has yet to score. Virginia has 60 points. New York has yet to score.
All right. The round is young. Time for toss-up number 6, everybody. Toss-up number 6 for all players. What king of Rome's death in a fire caused by a lightning bolt? Owen from Virginia.
Tullus Hostilius.
That is correct. What king of Rome's death in a fire caused by a lightning bolt was the culmination of a reign of violent conquest that saw the destruction of Alba Longa and the brutal dismemberment of Medius Fufetius? Tullus Hostilius is the answer. Bonus 1 for Virginia. Hostilius' warlike reign was an about-face from the reign of what predecessor who fought no wars during his reign?
Numa Pompilius.
Numa Pompilius, final answer.
Numa Pompilius, LOL. I know, I'm kidding. Yes, you are correct. I'll take it, but 5 points for bonus 1. And then bonus 2 for Virginia. Who was Tullus Hostilius' grandfather who fought alongside Romulus when the Sabines invaded Rome?
Yeah, this is Hostius. Hostilius is what we want to go with. Hostilius, final answer.
That is absolutely correct. 5 points for bonus 2. Beautiful. All right. Moving on to toss-up number 7 for all players. Ah, there we go. All right. Which of the following pronouns cannot be reflexive? Wobis. 2. David from Virginia. Two is correct. So which of the following pronouns cannot be reflexive? Wobis. 2. Mihi, sibi, te. So we'll go on to bonus 1 for Virginia. Which of the following pronouns cannot have the enclitic cum added to it? Quibus, hoc, me, wobis.
Hoc, yeah.
Yeah, hoc.
Hoc, final answer.
That is absolutely correct. So that's 5 points for bonus 1. Bonus 2, which of the following is not an enclitic associated with pronouns ke, me, te, and nam?
OPT.
Is it nam or... I haven't heard of nam in that
I would go with
context, but
nam.
you know better than I do.
May can be like may, yeah, may. So
yeah,
I think
go
nom.
with nam.
I'm sorry, we were looking for may. So that would be 15 points on toss-up number 7.
Can you
All
check
right,
our answer on that one?
Yeah, because a form may exists.
I guess not necessarily check our answer.
Chris, do you want to note that, and we'll just keep going and talk about it in post?
Yeah, we'll just have the scorekeepers put a note in there, and we will look it up later.
Thank you.
Shall be done. All right, so let's re-clear. All right, toss-up number 8 for all players. Dictator Carthaginiensium is a reference. David from Virginia. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I will read again for the other 2 teams. Dictator Carthaginiensium is a reference to Hannibal Barca that is found in what work which withheld the names of popular senators and commanders in order to focus on the collective res publica and told Roman history from the foundation of Rome and the origins of Italian cities all the way up to Ryan from New York.
The Aeneid.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. All right, I will start from the top for our last team. Dictator Cartaginensium is a reference to Hannibal Barca that is found in what work? Andrew from Louisiana.
Ab Orbe Condita by Livy.
I'm sorry, we are looking for the Origines. So that will be no points for toss-up 8. We'll move on to toss-up 9. Okay, in a version found only in a lost Euripidean play, which hero, on his return to Proetus' kingdom, forcefully removes Stheneboea from Joseph from Virginia.
Bellerophon?
Bellerophon is correct. That is 10 points to Virginia for toss-up 9. Bonus 1 for Virginia. In Greek, Stheneboea's name refers to her richness in what livestock, whose name is also contained within the word Bosporus.
So should this just be cattle?
Cattle.
Yeah. Like, yeah, sure.
Joseph answer.
Cattle, final answer.
Cattle is correct. That is 5 points for bonus 1. Bonus number 2. This woman appears in Homer's account of the Bellerophon myth in book 6 of the Iliad. By what name is she known there?
Antea, final answer.
Antea is correct. So that will be another 5 points on bonus 2 for a total of 20 points for the toss-up. All right, toss-up number 10 for all players. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage about our hero, Horatius, which I will read twice. Then responde Latine to the questions which follow. Movet ferocis juvenis Horatii animum comploratio sororis in victoria tantoque gaudio publico. Stricto itaque gladio simul verbis increpans transfigit puellam. Abi hinc cum immaturo amore ad sponsum inquit. Oblita fratrum mortuorum vivique, oblita patriae, sic eat quae cumque Romana lugabit hostem. One more time. Movet ferocis juvenis Horatii animum comploratio sororis in victoria tantoque gaudio publico. Stricto itaque gladio simul verbis increpans transfigit puellam. Abi hinc cum immaturo amore ad sponsum inquit. Oblita fratrum mortuorum vivique. Oblita patriae. Sic eat quaecumque Romana lugabit hostem. Question. Qualem amorem? David from Virginia. I need an answer. Immaturum is correct. Qualem amorem Horatius putavit sororem suam habere. All right. So now we are going to bonus number 1 for all players. Not for all players, for Virginia. Whew. Yes, you do get the passes in the chat. All right, so bonus 1. Quorum soror oblita est.
Fratrum mortuorum vivique.
So you
patriae. It's just the 5 words after oblita. But yeah, fratrum mortuorum vivique. And patriae.
Yes.
Sure.
Chris, I want to take it. We good?
Sorry, I was having a technical issue of a different nature. I didn't see what the answer
Oh,
was.
they've got fratrum et mortuorum et vivi et patriae. They just took it right out of the passage.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct. So.
Yep. All right. And then bonus number 2. Quomodo puella mortua est.
So should this just be like
Horatius,
Horatius,
Eam transfigit
Eam.
Gladio?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hora.
No, David. It doesn't really.
What Andrew has.
But
It's how. It's fine.
I think what
He
Andrew has is
stabbed her
correct.
with a sword.
Let's go with that. I'll just say my answer. Is that fine, David? Yeah. Okay. Or that? Yeah, sure.
All right, so we have Horatius Eam Gladio transfigit. I feel that is correct. Chris, do you agree?
I do.
All right, so we will take it. That'll be 5 points for bonus 2. I just like to check on those language questions. All right, so score check after 10. Let's see everybody's faces, looking alive, looking ready to play another half round of Certamen.
After 10 toss-ups, Louisiana has yet to score. Virginia has 135 points. New York has yet to score.
All right. So we'll move on to toss-up number 11 for all players. Translate the motto of Virginia. Seek simply. David from Virginia. Thus always to tyrants is correct. Translate the motto of Virginia. Seek semper tyrannis. That will be 10 points to Virginia for toss-up 11. All right, bonus number 1. What neighboring state has the motto Scuto boni voluntatis tuae coronasti nos on its seal, along with that state's Italian motto? Final answer, Maryland, is absolutely correct. That'll be 5 points for bonus 1. For bonus number 2, give the Latin motto of the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, you've got it, David.
Esequam Wideri is correct. That'll be 5 more points on bonus 2. So total of 20 points for toss-up 11. Toss-up number 12 for all players. What successful admiral of the late 1st century BC built the first Thermae in Rome, along with 2 aqueducts? Ryan from New York.
Pliny the Elder.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Owen from Virginia.
Agrippa.
Agrippa is correct. That'll be 10 points to Virginia for toss-up number 12. Bonus number 1 for Virginia. What was a sudatorium designed to do?
It's a sauna, so make you sweat?
I'd say make you sweat.
Yeah, just say that.
Final answer, to make one sweat. Yes, I will absolutely take that. I guess you could define Certamen that way as well. Haha. Okay. So, and then bonus number 2 for Virginia. Palaestra is a term from Greek that came to mean a general exercise area, but originally was designed for 2 specific activities. Name one of these activities.
Is Trigon?
I think wrestling is safer.
Wrestling is probably a better answer.
Okay, go with that.
Wrestling, final answer.
Good choice. Wrestling is correct. The other one was actually boxing. So, so that would be 20 points on toss-up 12. All right, toss-up number 13 for all players. Whose followers discovered a buried horse's head in a grove? Joseph from Virginia.
Didos?
Didos is correct, indicating that they should build a citadel, the Byrsa, after which they bought the land that a bull's hide can encompass, thereby founding the city of Carthage. Didos is absolutely correct. So that'll be 10 points to Virginia. And now bonus 1 for Virginia. What goddess, an ardent enemy of the Trojans in the Aeneid, directed Dido's followers to the horse's head?
Yeah, Juno, final answer.
Juno is absolutely correct. Now bonus 2 for Virginia. From what city in Phoenicia did Dido immigrate in order to found Carthage?
Yeah.
Tyre,
final answer.
Tyre is correct. That'll be another 5 points for bonus 2. So a total of 20 points on toss-up 13. All right. Now we are going to move on to toss-up 14 for all players. Give an antonym of the noun latum. David from Virginia. Wita is absolutely correct, so that'll be 10 points to Virginia for toss-up 14. And now we will move on to bonus 1. Give an antonym of the adjective locuples.
Antonym of locuples.
Don't know the adjective locuples.
David, do you know what the adjective is?
Oh, so like pauper?
So pauper?
Just get pauper then.
Just
Go with
pauper, final answer.
Pauper, final answer is correct. So I guess I'll get 5 points for that. All right, now on to bonus 2. Give an antonym of the verb kalo.
So would it be like monstro?
I think
Aperio probably
might be good. I think actually I like monstro.
Sure, let's go with
monstro
monstro
more.
Final answer, monstro, is correct. So that'll be another 5 points for bonus 2 for a total of 20 points on toss-up 14. All right, toss-up number 15. What author explained the knowledge of acoustics for the construction of theaters, optics for lighting, medicine for hygiene, and philosophy was an important part of an architect's education? David from Virginia. Vitruvius is correct. An architect's education in his 10 books of De Architectura. All right, so bonus 1 for Virginia. The De Architectura was dedicated to what man who was carrying out a vast program for improving Rome's public buildings and had secured a pension for Vitruvius?
I don't see how it shouldn't be.
Final answer, Augustus, is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. Bonus number 2, what author who lived in the age of Tiberius wrote an encyclopedic work that treated the 6 artes, although only his 8 books on medicine come down to us today?
Yeah, it is Celsus.
Celsus is correct for 5 points on bonus 2, a total of 20 points on toss-up 15. All right, cameras on, please. Let's see those faces for a post-toss-up 15 score check.
After 15 toss-ups, Louisiana has yet to score. Virginia has 235 points. New York has yet to score.
All right, so let us proceed to toss-up 16. Toss-up number 16 for all players. In 298 BC, Rome was invited to give aid against the Samnites. Out of what area of Italy did the Owen from Virginia?
Lucania?
Lucania is correct. Out of what area of Italy did the Romans drive the Samnites? All right, bonus 1 for Virginia. Who led this relief expedition against the Samnites?
No, Ignatius is the Samnite. In 298, it is Scipio Barbatus, I think. Final answer, Scipio Barbatus.
Final answer is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. Bonus number 2. 3 years later at Camerinum, Scipio Barbatus was defeated. What Samnite general had put together an alliance of Gauls, Samnites, and Etruscans to accomplish this?
Yeah, this one is Gellius Ignatius. Final answer, Gellius Ignatius.
Final answer is correct for another 5 points on bonus 2, a total 20 points on toss-up 16. Toss-up number 17 for all players. Give the correct form of advenio that would be used to translate this sentence into Latin. I wonder how Valerie arrived so quickly. David from Virginia. Adwenerit is correct. Okay, so bonus number 1 for Virginia. Give the correct form of arcesso that would be used to translate this sentence into Latin. The emperor had to summon us.
It's arcesiwi. But yeah.
Wait, had to, it's going to be, yeah, gerundive. Arcesendum? Mm-hmm.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, it's us,
Arcesendi,
right?
yeah.
So arces... Yeah.
Arcasendi would be the
Ooh.
better answer.
I think it's Arcasendi.
Final answer, Arcasendi, is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. All right, bonus number 2. Give the correct form of lawo that would be used to translate this sentence into Latin. If only the dishes had been washed earlier.
The gender.
Recent? Yeah. Wait, no, it's got to
No,
be
passive,
right? Yeah. Okay.
So lotus
so-
or loudtus, which one do we use? Just loud.
Are dishes
Lautisant?
are
Yeah,
dishes masculine?
They're either masculine or neuter. That would make more sense than feminine. So
Go with masculine then.
I would go with
That man. I think we should go with feminine actually.
Time, need an answer.
Lao.
Lao Tai Essent does appear on this answer sheet and is acceptable. There are a lot of options, but yes, we can take Lao Tai Essent for 5 points on bonus 2. All right, let's move into toss-up 18 for all players. Nasty rumors that Laelius and Scipio Aemilianus were the real authors of his... David from Virginia. Terrence is correct. So nasty rumors that Laelius and Scipio Aemilianus were the real authors of his plays, accusations of plagiarism, and a charge of contaminatio were all challenges concerning the originality of what author's comedies, which include Formio, Eunuchus, and Andrea. It would be Terrence. All right, bonus number 1 for Virginia. What play of Terrence was finally performed successfully on the 3rd attempt after the first 2 attempts were interrupted by distractions such as tightrope walkers and gladiators? Final answer, Hekira, is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. Bonus number 2, Terrence's defense of contaminatio came about due to the criticism of what rival playwright who also wrote Fabulae Palliatae?
only other big one at the time would be Caecilius Statius. That would be my guess.
Go with it then.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We're looking for Luscius of Lanuvium. So that will be 15 points for toss-up number 18. All right, toss-up 19 for all players. In book 24 of the Iliad, Achilles compares Priam's grief to the sorrow of what woman who stood transfixed on the lonely peaks of Mount Sipylus after 12 of her children? Joseph from Virginia?
Niobe.
Niobe is correct. After 12 of her children were killed by the gods. So that's 10 points to Virginia. Now bonus 1 for Virginia. What 2 deities killed her children because they were angered at her words about their mother, Leto?
Artemis and Apollo. Final answer.
Artemis Apollo is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. Bonus number 2. Some writers say that 2 of Niobe's children survived, 1 boy and 1 girl. Name both of these survivors.
Both surviving children of Niobe.
The daughter is Chloris. The son starts with an A.
Go with your best guess then.
Time, you need an answer.
Chloris and Amyclus.
Chloris and Amyclus is correct for 5 points on bonus 2. All right, let's have those cameras on for a pre-toss of 20 score check.
After 19 toss-ups, Louisiana has yet to score, Virginia has 310 points, and New York has yet to score.
All right, we got 1 question left. Toss-up number 20 for all players. Complete the following analogy. Quinque is to Quintus as Quindecem. David from Virginia? Quintus Decimus is correct. Quinque is to Quintus as Quindecem is to blank. All right, so that'll be 10 points on toss of 20 to Virginia. Bonus 1, complete the following analogy. Queenque is to Queenie as duodecim is to blank.
This like we Casey? Oh, duodeny? I don't know this at all.
Wait, David, doesn't the duo also do that? Or is it duodeny? Yeah, it's... Okay, sure. You.
Final answer, duodeny, is correct for 5 points on bonus 1. And then bonus 2, complete the following analogy. Queenque is to queenqueans as septendecim is to blank.
Sure.
Yeah, I would go with that.
I don't know.
It
The
would be
first
one
one.
of those two. Go with whichever one you feel better with, David.
Yeah, go with whatever you feel better with.
So septendekians, right, would be not in.
Time, I need an answer. Which one?
Typing.
I'm sorry, I can't take it. I have septies decians. So close, but not quite. So that would be 15 points on toss-up 20. So Chris, we're having a challenge on that last bonus. What do you think?
We will make a note of it and we'll look it up and discuss it after the round.
Very well. All right. So for now, it's 15 points on bonus 20 to Virginia. And let's get a final score read.
Okay, so pending a few challenges, after 20 questions, Louisiana did not score. Virginia scored 325 points, and New York did not score.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming. The point is to be here. So I'm glad that you were.
Thank you for reading.
Thank you. Thank you all for moderating.